Good day, everyone. My name is Lady Jahan Narag, and I am going to present my language input. But first, I want you to watch this video, a Bible verse from Book of John that will be presented by a native speaker. Let's watch this.
Kaolo nga, kaolo biyaya, iubobog no nga ibobog na Diyat at Diyos, ay no iubobog yayagan pa i Diyos, na dyan biyaya kaolo ta Diyos, ngem tagano-ganog, ay nakwata megafu sa, no arita megafu sa, ari nakwan, na nga nakwa ngamin iade na napanono pa.
Okay, thank you so much. Are you familiar with that language? How does it sound? Okay, so that questions will be answered later on as we go on to another pages of my language input. Okay, the question is, are you familiar with these two men here? Yeah, I know because they are politicians here in the Philippines. First is Juan Ponce Enrile, and the second one is Jejomar Binay, who once bashed because of his color, and they called him as Nog Nog, but they do not know that he comes from a tradition or culture where they are proud of themselves because of the choco brown color. Are you familiar with the second longest bridge of the Philippines? The Bonton Bridge. Or have you eaten the pancit batil patong, which made from akara beef? Or the garlic longanisa? Or have you even wondered about a culture where they believe that butterfly are their um died ancestors? Okay, so let's find out all of that in the hidden jewel of the north. Okay, so it is from the hidden jewel of the north called the Philippines has an archipelago located in Asia with 7,107 islands filled with overflowing cultures, products, animals, and natural resources and beliefs. These things are the pride of every Filipino. These treasures make the Philippines known as the Perlas ng Silanganan. Upon conquering the massive mountains of Sierra Madre, there resides a smiling place. The Cagayan Valley welcomes you with its lengthy river. In this locale, there's this ethnic group called Ybanag. So, this tribe was the first introduced by the Spaniards in Lalo. The term Ibanag can be called as the prefix I, which means people of, and Banag, which means river. So most Ibanag people resides at the northern eastern provinces of Isabela, or northeastern provinces of Isabela and Cagayan. Okay, so now let's proceed to the next page. Okay, as we are going to learn Ibanag language, the people there has their own unique language called Ybanag. Some words in their language was adopted from Spanish words. That's why some Spanish words have the equivalent meaning in Ibanag, just like puerta, which means door, and silla, which means chair. It is estimated that more than 500,000 people are speaking this language. So the primary source of living of this Ibanag are through planting tobacco, fishing, and farming. Spaniards influenced the Ibanags in many aspects, like the religion. They introduced Roman Catholicism, and until now, most of the Ibanags practice their faith. So there are many practices, customs, and beliefs of the Ibanag community. You will know many treasured culture about the Ibanags. The Ibanag people using to do traditions and practices being passed by their ancestors. Practices are being done according to the situation. Okay, so now we are going to learn their simple semantics. Okay, so let's learn about their semantics in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, we have here the English to Ibanag translations. Okay, from English, or me is sakan. You is sikaw. They, ira. We, sikami. Good morning. We have two distinction uh, when in terms of having this. We can say justa or napia, which means good. So we can say um, napia nga umangaw. Justa nga umangaw, which means good morning. For good afternoon, we can say justa nga fugagaw. Napia nga igaw, or meaning good afternoon. In good evening, we can say justa nga gabi or napiya nga gabi. I'm sorry for the technical error or lyrical error, typo error. Matulog ka na or you have to sleep means magkaturok ka nga na. So you can say magkaturok ka nga na. Okay? So now let's proceed to the next page. Okay, we have here the numerals from 1 up to 10. We can say 1 tad-ay, 2 dua, 3 talu, 4 apa, 5 lima, 6 anam, 7 pitu, 8 walo, 9 siyam, 10 mafulo. Okay, so we can say tad-ay, dua, talo, apa, lima, anam, pito, walo, siyam, mafulo. Okay, so that's the numerical term for Ibanag. Let's proceed to the next page. So we have here questions, simple questions using Ibanag or interrogative words, okay? When we say what, ani, when, ni kani, where, sitaw, who, sini, why, ngata, how, kunasi, how much, piga. Okay, each of the double consonants must be pronounced separately. Okay, so when we say, what is your name? Aningagan mo. When we say, where do you live? Sitaw ipadyanam mo. When we say, where are you going? We can say, sitaw ang ayam mo. How old are you? Piga nga naidigom mo. From whose child are you? Sini imagana nikaw? Okay. When we say I love you, we can say ikakaya taka. When we say I hate you, malusaw na nikaw. When we say thank you very much, dakal nga magbalo. When we say siblings, wagi. Okay. So now let's proceed to the next page. This is the process. We can say uh what did you eat? Ani ikinamugang guri. What did you eat? Ani ikinano. What are you eating? Ani ikanakana mo. What are you eating now? Ani ikankana mo sangaw. We will eat when he or she comes. Kuman itam sangaw no palabi na. We were eating when he came. Madagok kami kuman kusto limibiyaya. Okay, so the milk shot out. Naturuki igatu. Don't eat. Ari ka nga kuman. Okay, so that's the process on how we are going to speak an Ibanag language. Now let's proceed to the common cues. Okay, so there is sharp pronunciation in some words. There are some words that same in equivalent meaning in Filipino words. Remember those numerical words? There are some words that are the same to our own dialect. Okay, there are also different variants when I talk to native speakers because of some of them are arguing on how to use words in according to how they are going to make sentences. For example, there are distinction between Ibanags because there are different speakers, the Cagayan, the Isabela, and then Tugigaraw City. So, according to the speakers or the native speakers, the intonation and the accent of the Isabela people are different from the accent of the Tugigaraw City people. The Tugigaraw City people are known to its deeper meaning while the modernized way of speaking is the Isabela people. According to the speakers that I have interviewed, they said that Itawis is the term for their own language. But according to them, as the time passed by, Ibanag and Itawis are the same variants. You cannot identify easily because of the combination of the words that they are speaking every day. But they said and they told me that their language is so expensive because Ilocano people are uh uh they said that they can speak Ilocano languages, but Ilocano people cannot speak their language because of difficult way of speaking. They cannot easily acquire their dialect or their language Ibanag. Okay, so that's what I have learned according to my respondents. Okay, now let's proceed to the next page. Okay, for my data analysis, have you noticed that they are not using short O and short E? They are also using double letters in their words, and it is undeniable because it's obvious present in some family names that they mention, such as Aduro, Alata, Tudaw, um, Bagayan, Tulyaw, Makababad, Gazingan, Adon, Kano, Ganaban, and Pamitan. Okay, so now let's proceed to the next page. Okay, for our conclusion, Tugigaraw Ibanag may be considered the standard. However, Northern Cagayan, specifically in Santa Ana and Lawag, Northern Cagayan Ibanag may be the closest to the ancient pre-Hispanic existed before. Maybe that's the term Itawis that they said to me before the spread of the language throughout the province, as Northern Cagayan was the original Ibanag home territory. So now let's go to my gallery here. So they are my respondents. Two women and one man. They are all siblings, native speakers from Lina from Tuguegarao City, Cagayan Valley, Philippines. So let's hear their Tagalog accent for a while.
Talo mo pirangay.
Opera sa Andoy. Opera. Okay.
Bakit ito siya?
Galston. Galston.
Ano yung gallbladder?
Oo. Usap na kay Banag. Oh. Usap tayo ng Banag.
Tayo Ybanag.
Sige na, ano kayo na Ybanag?
Awet.
Para sa language input. Language. Kung maglipat bahay, anong una mong gagawin, Tita Betty? Bagong lipat ka. Halimbawa si Tita Ta, maglipat na siya sa bahay niya.
Luto ka ng malagkit.
Malag.
Kung gusto mo magkatay para mangumbida ka, magkatay ka, pero kung wala, makikilo ka, ganun. Parang may pagsalu-saluhan lang kayong pamilya. Maglagay ka ng barya-barya sa yung bote lang yung kwan. Bigas, asin, tapos barya ilagay mo sa gilid.
Doon sa unang haligi na pinatayo. Yung magluluto lang kayo, lalagay mo lang yung ganapan nyo, sukal,
Parang bilo-bilo na.
Para siyang bilo-bilo. Nga, okay.
tapos mangimbida ka ng kakain. Pero yung kakain, hindi pwedeng mag-uwi ng pagkain sa
Ano? Yung amin kasi, yung dati, wala.
Pag lumipat ka katata sa banyo, huwag kang magpalabas ng pagkain sa loob ng bahay mo.
Hala.
Halimbawa, kukuha ng pagkain, dalhin sa bahay mo, bahay ni mamang mo. Huwag.
Di, pag
Kung gusto nila kumain,
Diyan lang.
sa compound lang ni tata. Wala.
Na-
Halimbawa, hindi pa maubos yung niluto ni tata na pagkain.
Wala, mapad-
Punta lang kayong kumain. Wala, huwag ka magpapakita.
Bakit magdaw?
Yun ang tradisyon ng mga matatanda.
Inarag ka eh. Kaya hindi pwede.
Okay.
Para hindi lalabas ang swerte mo. Kung hindi mapapanis hanggang kinabukasan, ipakain mo.
Sa bahay pa rin.
Oo. Huwag kang magpalabas. Lalabas ang swerte. Diyan lang sa
Alabas ka na
Diyan lang sa bahay ni mamang mo. Halimbawa, may kukuha ng pampultan. Diyan lang kami sa bahay ni mamang mo. Huwag. Sa kahit na sabihin nila na ang damot naman.
Yes! Nabel!
Halimbawa, pag may mga funeral naman, Tita, ano, ang mga traditions, bawal magwalis pa rin? Bawal
Bawal
magwalis?
magpalit, magwalis, magpunas. Tapos yung pupuntang
Makiburol. Huwag mo
Makilabay.
Huwag mong pwedeng makiburol. Halimbawa, ikaw pumunta ka sa kaibigan mo, nakiburol ka. Bawal yung ihatid mo sa pintuan. Halimbawa,
Ay!
ka na. Naaalis ka na, huwag mo ihatid.
Ay, wag ko ihatid yung uuwi na.
Oo.
Tapos halos lahat ng pupunta na makilamay na doon. Magiging nga yung lamay. May nagbibigay ng kung yung in-kind o kaya yung pera.
Ay.
So that's how the Ibanag speaks Tagalog dialect. Look at how It is the same as the Ilocano speakers, but there is difference. Okay. Now let's proceed to the next page. Okay, as the result, Ibanag is one of the sweetest and soft-spoken tribe in the Philippines aside from Ilonggo speakers of Iloilo. They are also recognized as the group that emits care and hospitality. Ibanag people live simply in the valley near the Cagayan River, and the massive mountains of Sierra Madre surrounds them. Practices and traditions are important to the Ibanags because it defines them. These things are developed their trademark even though modernization continuously invades the way of living in the community of Ibanag. Culture, traditions, and practices are still being preserved. Newly developed gadgets and applications can be used as an instrument to preserve those treasured elements that make the ethnic group Ibanag a special one. Knowing where you came from makes you whole. Most of the people nowadays denies their ethnicity, their homeland. Through the use of new media, we can share to the world the root of our identity and our own distinction, where we can enlighten everyone about our true selves. We can share how to know thy roots, love thy roots. Okay, so these are my references, and this is the end of my language input. Thank you so much, and God bless everyone.